What is up, YouTube? It is your boy, your poet, KendrykYoungblood. For those of you who don't know me, if this is your first video from me, I am a poet based in Houston, Texas, and I just hit 15K subscribers. Oh my God. Thank you to everybody who's shown your support. I remember when at the beginning of 2021, I had been grinding on YouTube for a year and only had 200 subscribers to my name. We've come a long way, y'all. Thank you to everybody who's shown support. Man, I love y'all so much. There's great opportunities I've gotten as a result of this YouTube channel. Everybody who's watched through my videos, watched through my reactions, learned from my poetry tips and lessons, who have shared my videos out. Thank you to my patrons as well. Your monetary support means so much to me. Okay, I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, without further ado, let's get started answering the questions you gave me on the community tab of my YouTube channel, as well as on my Instagram, all right? Here we go. R$B says, bro, I remember seeing one of your videos that you included some video clips of you throwing down some mad dunks. So my question is, did you play team ball at any point during your career as a student? I mean, you seem to have some mad balling skills from what I've seen. So thank you, I really appreciate that. Now, I did not play team ball at all. Not in high school, not in college, nothing like that. And I'm actually not good at basketball. So you're saying I got like mad balling skills? I really don't. I just dunk. You feel me? My friends will roast me for this. They're like, how do you jump so high and dunk so well, but you can't play ball? I'm not good at it. I can't shoot to save my life. I don't have any crazy dribbling skills. I just jump a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that's all part of the fact that I really enjoy exercise in general. Exercise is a really good outlet for my aggression, and it also improves my poetry in a lot of ways. If you're wondering how exactly exercise improves my poetry, I have a whole video that explains the 13 reasons why poets should exercise, and every one of them apply to my journey. So definitely check that out. But like I said, it's also a great outlet for my aggression. Dunking specifically is an excellent outlet for your aggression. Okay, Jeff Roach says, congrats. And I assume he means congrats on hitting 15K. P.S. Gorilla Bars 25 is his greatest one yet, just saying. Okay, so I've gotten a lot of requests for me to react to Gorilla Bars 25 from Harry Mack. I plan on it. It's definitely coming. I took a break from Gorilla Bars and even Omegle Bars to focus on his freestyles for celebrities. And I'm really glad I made that deviation because it allowed me to see a different side of Harry where he's excelling under a lot of pressure. It's one thing if there's just random strangers who he's performing for. I'm not saying he doesn't get any performance anxiety in those situations, but the stakes are a lot different when you're performing for somebody who can really elevate your notoriety in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So seeing Harry excel in those areas is really helping me, and that's why I made that deviation. But Gorilla Bars 25, I've heard a lot of people say it's goated. If it really is the GOAT of all Gorilla Bars, I'm gonna have to check it out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, stay tuned for that. Atia Charming says, I would love to know if you're Nigerian. Interesting. If you got a native name. Okay. You ever visited? And lastly, if you can speak your native language. Okay, so am I Nigerian? Yes. I was born in America, but my parents immigrated from Nigeria. So I am a first generation or second generation. I don't know how it works. Point is, born and raised Nigerian American, all right? Do I have a native name? Yes. My native name is Chibundo, all right? That is Igbo for God is shelter, God is refuge, God is some kind of protective covering. That's literally what Ndo translates to. All right, so Chi, God, Bu is Ndo, shelter, refuge, all right? Have I ever visited? Yes, I visited when I was 14 years old. I think it was the summer of 2012. Yeah, I really enjoyed that trip. It was very fun. And lastly, can I speak my native tongue? Nope, I cannot. I can speak it somewhat. Like I can sort of get by, but I'm not fluent or anything. Not like, I speak Spanish significantly better than I speak Igbo. You know what I'm saying? For those of you who don't know, I actually speak Spanish pretty well. Long story about that. I might tell that another day. Okay, we got a question from Jessica Fields. For those of you who don't know, Jessica Fields is a finalist, a two-time finalist for the Youngblood Poetry Contest. She's a fellow member of the Poet Life organization, so that's pretty dope as well. If y'all ever see the shirts I be wearing, I'm not wearing the Poet Life shirt now because I'm about to work out after this. So yeah, she's part of the Poet Life organization as well. Oh, why is everybody calling me? Hold on. Okay, sorry. For some reason, when I'm recording YouTube videos, I become Mr. Popular. I don't know, whatever. Jessica Fields says, what do you like most about the YouTube platform? And do you have any tips for growing a channel? I'm glad you asked. In case you all are unaware, Jessica Fields actually has a YouTube channel and she's been going hard on that. I mean, she's been putting out content, video after video, and it's high quality content too. I'm very surprised she doesn't have a bigger viewership. definitely go subscribe to her. Check out her stuff. She has great poems, incredible creative masterpieces, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, it's the way she directs is really phenomenal. And she also documents her poetry journey, her journey as a creative individual. All right, so a lot of her videos are very introspective. She's sharing certain things she learned, certain habits she's trying to develop or diminish. You know what I'm saying? Jessica Fields is something else. Check out her channel. I'm a consistent watcher of her channel. All right, so I'm not just promoting her simply because she's a member of Poet Life. No, like, legitimately speaking, I am a fan of her, and I think you will be too, so check her out. Okay, so what do I like the most about the YouTube platform? Well, there's a few things. So YouTube is a great search engine. Anytime I have any questions or there's anything that's unclear to me, instead of having to go read a book and learn step by step how to change my tire or whatever, YouTube has a video on it, 2 minutes long, boom, I got it. You feel me? Like, I love how great of a search engine YouTube is. Another thing, I really love how YouTube compensates its content creators. You know what I'm saying? Compared to all the other social media platforms, the revenue that like YouTubers are able to acquire from giving out their content, it's just astronomical difference. TikTok will pay its content creators, but nowhere near the way YouTube does, right? Like, there was a time when I was going hard on YouTube where YouTube was paying me more than my what people would call my actual job. Since last year, when I had to take on certain responsibilities for my family and take on another job, my YouTube revenue slowed down quite a bit. But the point I'm trying to make is you can actually make a living off of YouTube. You can, you know? So I really love that about the platform. Do I have any tips for growing a YouTube channel? Yes. So in order to actually grow on YouTube, there's certain metrics you have to keep in mind, okay? So the first is called click-through rate, and the second is called audience retention. So when YouTube wants to promote your video, it's checking for two things. How often are people clicking on the video to watch in the first place? And how long are they sticking with the video before moving on to another video? All right. So when it comes to the click-through rate, let's say YouTube sends out your video to 100 people and only one person clicks on it. That's a 1% click-through rate. If that happens enough times, YouTube is like, okay, viewers aren't really feeling this, so I'm just gonna stop pushing it out and it's not gonna get many views. Now, the way to get that click-through rate up is to have high quality thumbnails and enticing titles, all right? Because that's all people have to go off of, essentially. Sometimes the description box can help somewhat, but for the most part, if you have an eye-catching thumbnail, vivid colors often help, I've personally noticed. But even if you go for a dark theme, something that really grabs the audience's attention, that is how you get a high click-through rate, as well as the title. So if the title's enticing enough, people are more likely to click on it. The moment you're getting something like a 20% click-through rate, golden. That's how your video takes off. All right. If you can get to like 15, 20%, you're in the right area. But if you're only getting like 2%, 5%, you're gonna have to put some work in on that thumbnail and title. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Why is everybody calling me? Oh my God, I'm not answering you. Okay, sorry about that. Now, the other part of growing your YouTube channel would be your audience retention. So let's say a lot of people do click on the video. Are they staying? Are you capturing their attention within the first 20 seconds? Or is it taking you like 5 minutes to get into the actual meat of the video? You see what I'm saying? So you need to make sure that your content is enticing enough, not just the thumbnail and title, all right? Because at the end of the day, that's not enough to keep people on the video. If you're getting an audience retention of like 70%, that's how videos be going viral. If they have a good impressions click-through rate and good audience retention, that's how you go viral. That's literally the key. I've never gone viral before, but that's essentially how you do it, okay? Now, if you want a software that can help with improving your thumbnail quality, I would highly advise you get Canva. I am not sponsored by them. Now, I mean, it's Canva. If you want to sponsor me, go on ahead. You know, business email in the description box below, you feel me? But Canva is what I've been using for about a year now, and it has really improved my thumbnail game by far. So if that's something you find yourself lacking in, Jessica or any other viewers, definitely give that a shot. Canva, you won't regret it. There's a whole lot you can do with Canva, even with the free program alone. So I'm not even talking about Canva Pro where you have a premium subscription. No, just with the free software alone, you can do quite a lot. I pay for it because I really want to make sure my content is as you know, tippity top as it can possibly be. So I want access to everything, you feel me? But yeah, the free stuff alone, it's great. So again, I'm not sponsored by them, but check that out, all right? That goes for you, Jessica, and anybody else. If you're not already using Canva, that's the way to improve your thumbnail game, all right? PK says, congratulations on the channel progression, YB. Youngblood. All right, YB, I like that. Missing your HMAC reactions though. Hopefully in the near future, you can react to Gorilla Bars 25. It's something special, see? I know it's special. People are telling me. Yeah, I didn't stop the HMAC reactions. I just stopped the Omegle Bars and the Gorilla Bars reactions. However, I am gonna get back to those as soon as I finish the celebrity freestyles. I'm almost done. I think I have a couple more people left. I haven't reacted to his freestyle for Joey Badass. I haven't done his freestyle for Ellen. And I think that's about it, right? I think so. Yeah, so I'll be done shortly and then I'll get back to Gorilla Bars 25, trust me. Julian Waters says, as a poet, does your mind consistently think about the different rhyme patterns in poems and songs? Yes. Yes, it does, to an annoying degree almost. And I hear musicians also mention this when it comes to chord progressions. They're able to pick up on it almost unconsciously from how much they have to study it and whatnot. So anytime they're hearing a pop song or something like that, they're very mindful of what chord progressions are within the song. And even when the progression shifts to something else, you know what I mean? My best friend is a musician and he's overly conscious of that. The same way I'm very conscious of the rhyme schemes and the different rhyme patterns that go on throughout a poem, a rap, or a song. You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, yes. Troy McAdams says, how have you navigated American culture values, Nigerian values, and your own calling? Ooh, that is a loaded question, Troy. And Troy, mind you, he is actually a winner of the Youngblood Poetry Contest, all right? He was the winner of the second one. Congrats to you for that. Yeah, let's dive into that. So Independence Day just passed. I really love America. Like, I love America a lot. I am so happy to have been born in this country and raised in this country. And I like a lot of the values we express, such as freedom, liberty. I'm all about that for sure. But as much as I love America, there are certain times where the cultural values in this country clash with the cultural values that I have from my Nigerian upbringing. You know what I'm saying? So a great example of that is I notice a lot of times American youth tend not to respect their elders very much. You know what I'm saying? In fact, you see a lot of people just like making fun of the elderly, making fun of old people. And that's just so weird and foreign to me because growing up, respecting your elders was everything, like everything. To the degree where like my sisters, when they see me in the morning, they greet me. When my little brother sees me in the morning, he greets me because I'm the oldest, right? And I don't just mean like greet you with good morning or good afternoon or good evening. No, we have like a native greeting that we utilize and that I utilize for my parents even, you know what I'm saying? Respect is a big deal when it comes to your elders, but I notice that's not the case here in America, like at all. It's so strange to me. But yeah, there's actually quite a lot of similarities in terms of values between America and Nigeria. There's a lot of differences as well, but one similarity would be the idea that hard work is how you get results. You know what I mean? The whole American dream, you know, if you work hard, you can make a name for yourself and live a sustainable life and things like that. Yeah, in Nigeria, that is also a narrative that is pushed, and it was pushed in my household as well, the importance of hard work and studying. So yeah, there's similarities in a lot of ways. As for my calling, I personally believe my calling is to make poetry mainstream. The same way pop music is mainstream, the same way hip hop is mainstream, the same way dance is mainstream. You have like, you know, Dancing with the Stars, So You Think You Can Dance, World of Dance. You have all these shows that showcase that art form. I want poetry to be just like that, you know? So if someone's like, oh, I need to, instead of inviting a clown to your birthday party or something like that, inviting a poet instead. You know what I'm saying? Instead of inviting a musician to your wedding, inviting a poet instead to come perform. You see what I'm saying? Like I want poetry to be mainstream. That's my calling. Now, how does that clash with my American values and my Nigerian values? My American values, not so much. I mean, in some cases it does, just because people don't view being a poet as like a professional job. I personally do, and I treat it as such. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually making a website now. Stay tuned for that. You'll see, I'm not gonna spoil anything. It clashes with my American values in that sense, but with my Nigerian values, it's more so because STEM is very much promoted in our culture: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, okay? The art forms, not so much. So things like acting, dance, poetry, even content creation here on YouTube, like, it doesn't really get, it's often frowned upon. I'll just come out and say it, okay? So that's been a bit hard, but thankfully my parents have been understanding. Like, I still went to university. I got a biology degree. I'm trying to go for nursing and stuff like that. So I'm still going for, you know, the traditional jobs that a lot of Nigerians get, don't get me wrong, but my parents are very understanding and they see the passion I have, and they also see the gift I have with words. They've made it very clear to me that they're willing to support me so long as I do what I can to ensure that I'm not gonna go broke, essentially, okay? So yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Troy. Eclipses, or maybe it's Eclipses, I don't actually know how to pronounce her name. I'm just gonna say Eclipses. She asks, if you were not a poet, what would be another activity you'd like to do? That is a good question. If I were not a poet, I'd probably be a fitness influencer. Yeah, I suppose. Because exercise is another passion of mine. Poetry is my biggest passion by far, or maybe I really love watching movies. So I might actually be a movie reviewer. I might have that as a YouTube channel instead. Who knows? But I'm sort of leaning more towards the exercise thing. Like I love working out, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Oh, she asks another question. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Okay, so up until recently, I would have definitely said extrovert, you know, and I believe I have been an extrovert for most of my life. I'm a very social person, love to talk and engage with people. I'm never really shy around individuals or anything like that. But I've been practicing silence a lot. I've been practicing that as a form of my self-development, trying to master not talking if I don't need to say anything, okay? Just being good at listening and being mindful of my surroundings and having a lot of introspection. Because of those self-development techniques I've been utilizing, I found myself becoming more introverted and more introverted over time. So I don't really know where I'm at. Given the right circumstance, I'll look rather extroverted. And then given some other circumstances where it's important that I observe and listen and be silent, I look rather introverted. I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah. IMBK_dev says, and what are your biggest goals, short and long term? Okay, so my biggest goals are tied in a lot of ways to my calling, right? Making poetry mainstream. I don't want to say some of my biggest goals in detail just because I like the idea of moving in silence. I'll answer your question the best I can, but I'm gonna be rather vague about it. I'm sorry. So I want to make a certain amount of money through poetry. I want to reach certain positions. I want to get certain titles, and I want to gain a certain amount of notoriety and put out certain projects that will really help in making poetry mainstream. I know that was so vague. But Meek Mill said it best. Gangsters move in silence and I don't talk a lot. I really hold my goals and my dreams close to my heart because of how easily they can be tainted and warped by other people's negative opinions and things like that. And a lot of times it's just best to move silently. I've learned that in my own life, in my 23 and a half years of living. It's just best to move in silence when it comes to these things and to only announce that goal when you've reached it or when you're about to reach it. You know what I'm saying? To ask another question, you said, what are your proudest moments in life? What are my proudest moments in life? Man, that's deep. You and Troy, you two, that's deep. When I got to interview Brandon Leak on my channel, he's like my poetry hero, my favorite poet. I look up to him more than any other artist, if I'm being honest with you. So getting to interview him and then eventually winning the $1,000 endorsement from him for my poetry career, that was insane. Getting to interview Dimitri Reyes, who was my YouTube inspiration. He showed me that you could actually do poetry on YouTube, and that was a very proud moment of mine. There was a poetry competition I was in back in college called Cupsy. My team, my UH team, got 4th place in the nation. Getting 4th place as a new team, that was our first year of ever competing. Wow, that was a very proud moment of mine. Another proud moment. This is gonna sound really silly, but honestly, I was living for this. It was when someone I know asked me if I had been taking steroids. Okay, I'm not, I'm natty, but I remember him asking like, hey bro, you taking steroids? You looking kind of, and I remember being like, oh no, I'm not, but thanks for the compliment. You know what I mean? At that point, I realized I had really been making gains in the gym. You feel me? At that point, for sure, you know? So that was a very proud moment of mine as well. What else? I feel like I'm forgetting stuff. It's a very loaded question. Some of the proudest moments I ever have is when you all in the comment section let me know how much you appreciate what I do. There was this one artist, he ended up, I think he was a writer, like a storyteller or something like that. He ended up making this long comment about how I helped him get out of his writer's block or something like that. And that moved me. I remember posting it on my Instagram. I'm gonna see if I can place it right here or something like that. But yeah, that was definitely one of my proudest moments. I love inspiring people, motivating individuals, things like that. So seeing that I'm having that kind of impact on individuals, some people will tell me in the comment section that they will watch my videos to make themselves feel better, you know? And I love that. That's why I really try to come on this channel with a lot of energy, try to be very excited and positive. It's for reasons like that, you know? Okay, thank you so much for watching. I love you all very much. 15K subscribers. Yo, in the next 2 years, you never know, we might be at 100K. In fact, in 2 years after that, we might be at 1 million. You feel me? You never know. So thank you, everybody. I'm saying it now. I'm saying it now so that when it happens in the future, it's gonna feel so sweet. I love y'all's support. Check out my other videos. You know, I have reactions, of course. I have teaching videos, things like that. And I got that Harry Mack analysis coming soon. I've already finished the script for it. I finished the script this morning. And yeah, I'm gonna start recording and editing. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, I love y'all and I'm out. Deuces.